Exo T.
Exo T. So Exo T is interesting because it's considered to be and marketed by the supplier that manufactures it as a vitamin A alternative. And one of the things that we needed when we were developing a home care system for the Switch is something that would not give the same proliferative effect as Switch, because we know that vitamin A obviously has incredible proliferative properties for basal cell turnover, but so does the Switch. Switch increases ATP production, and immediately we start to see those cells turning over very, very rapidly. When you have two things that are designed to increase cell turnover very effectively working together, you can get too much, and then ultimately you get purging of the skin. You can get what's called a parakeratotic look to the skin, which means you've got immature cells at the upper layers, and it can be problematic. So you still want cell turnover, but you don't want too much. So the EUK 134, while it does assist with cell turnover, it's not as dramatic, let's say, as something we would get with vitamin A. So that's not only in the Revitacite complex, it's also in the Phytopep 1.6, because the Phytopep 1.6 originally was formulated for a younger skin type, someone that's in their earlier 20s who's kind of working their way away from drugstore products into something a little bit more sophisticated that you can find at a location that offers Circadia. But might not need as much cell turnover, right? They're not ready for the nighttime repair or the nighttime repair plus, but they do still need the skin to engage in a little bit more cell turnover.
Yeah, and I think that I think sometimes people are missing some of the greater point of those products as well, is we are not only providing you vitamin A alternatives, but also all these other ingredients that when put together are just an anti-aging powerhouse. So.
Well, and I think that's where, you know, we draw from the benefit of, from the day that Circadia was founded, we already had 40 years of knowledge and research and experience and expertise baked into the company with my grandfather, Dr. Puglise, and all the research and development that he had done and the work that he had done and the research that had come before that and the relationships with suppliers. So, you know, me coming in a few years later, just so lucky to be able to have that level of access. So, you know, there wasn't a person in the industry that wouldn't have killed to be in the position that I was at the time, but I was able to learn and pick up on those things very, very quickly. But there's so much that, like I said, was just kind of baked in to the start of the company from him having spent all that time doing what he did before he decided to have his own skincare line.
Yeah.